What I understand from a dude's perspective is perimenopause is the time when like women have their estrogen has started to they have a decreased level of estrogen and they have a decreased level of progesterone. And so once they progesterone, I'm sorry. And so once they have a decreased level of these things, what I understand is that this is when they start complaining and they start saying all the shit that we have to deal with. Where they're like, I have brain fog. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm moody. I'm sweating through everything at night. Tone really right? Pisses me off. Yeah. Oh, because it's just like the amount of things that it is. It's not one thing. It's not one thing.
I'm tired.
I'm tired. My brain. I can't remember nothing. My brain. But it's it's all these things, right? And so it's like we're talking all these things about perimenopause. We haven't gotten to the perimenopause yet because I'm sure there's things about dudes that we just bypass and we have to just take it because we're a dude. But for now, we're going to talk about women.
You're going to go get checked out.
Yeah, we're going to get checked out, but I'm sure there's things that are going on with us that we have to just eat for now that we don't know about. But right now we're digging into every level of what is where, right? Well, so we're going into perimenopause. So this is where this is the highest fluctuation of this is why this became so big, but we never heard about this shit. We never heard about this with your mothers and grandmothers, but now fucking perimenopause is taking over the world. Perimenopause is taking over the world.
Yes,
and now
it should.
This is the biggest.
People are talking about it.
This is the biggest fluctuation in women right now because of their hormones, which is what I just said: sleepiness, mood changes,
libido.
Libido's always. I always have an excuse for libido.
Excuse me. Never
always
had a low libido excuse for libido.
Mood changes. What's the other thing?
Coziness.
Yeah, that's it. That's just some of you. And then brain fog. And then hot flashes and stuff. All that happens. Then you get, so that's perimenopause. Then you get menopause, which menopause is actually menopause is, let me see if I say this correctly.
I'm like,
hold on. So menopause is, so this is all perimenopause. Then menopause actually is the time frame. It's 12 months after your first period, which has been that you've been in menopause. So that whole time. So that whole time, so that's menopause, right?
Yep.
So perimenopause is all this shit.
You can be in peri for like fucking years.
You can be in peri for years, but that's when you're still getting some ovulation and you're still going through it or whatever, but then it's all fucked up. Yep. So you don't know what's going to happen. Then when you get in menopause, you have no period. Nope. So it's 12 months after you've had no period. So for 12 full months, because at some time the shit can get irregular based on how much estrogen and shit is still kicking in. You might still get a period. You're not in menopause yet. You're still in peri. And so then once you go into menopause, then you don't have anything for that whole, it takes 12 months. Yep. The day after, one day after your year, you're in post-menopause, which shit starts getting regulated again and you get a normal person. Like, and this is where you can get a fucking
and it's like fucking 12 years later.
And this is where you can potentially get a sex drive again. And then, exactly. Then you're like, oh, welcome back. You know, ovulation.
I'm gonna rub
I'm going to rub something in it because I'm dry. Because you can't hear wet, but you can say dry to them all day. But you can't say wet or moist. But you can say fucking dry all day, right? I'm dry. You're like, all right, here, because you don't have any ovulation cream down there.
Sandpaper that's rubbing.
Yeah, exactly. It feels good, kinda. So let me do it myself. I know what I need to do because you don't.
Bean.
Yeah, exactly. So then you get all this shit.
Right.
So this is what I understand. This is what I understand these things to be. And so once that's the case, then I just feel like and then you're dealing with a dude who I feel like
with you or against you.
With you or against you.
Like, honestly.
And you have to be with a dude that also feels like you have to come back around now and like some of it is after you've went through all this shit.
Yeah.
You have to reconnect so that 100%. All that shit is fun again. But otherwise you're in a situation where You're dealing with somebody that, because you've been through all your mood swings and your hot flashes and your fucking dry eye and your fucking floaties, your dry cooch, your stomach hurting, your back hurting, your fucking
diarrhea,
whatever, exactly. All your shit. You've been dealing with all that stuff. You have to come back around now, and it's like you're trying to rekindle this thing after all these things happened for that period of time that it was.
Yep.
And you didn't make the person. I think it's hard. That's
so hard,
some of the hardest parts of everything.
The reason I went to go see her is to be proactive. I'm barely premenopause. So whatever the fuck, right?
So you're right in peri. So you still ovulate.
Started. Yes, but it's funny. I don't know because I don't have a uterus. I had a partial hysterectomy, which means
So did my mom. But when my mom had a hysterectomy, so this is when I first learned. This is when I first learned about menopause.
Yeah.
When my mom had a hysterectomy, she told me my mom died at 50. So when she had a hysterectomy, and she was going to menopause. She was like, "Oh, I got this fucking menopause. It's killing me." So this was at like 40 and change. She was having menopause, and so she was telling me like, oh yeah, like I get hot, and so then I started like looking up and like kind of like learning about that shit then. So then that's what I'm trying to say. Like I understand that like it depends on where you are for what is going on in your body that is going to indicate whether or not your menopause kicks in and when it does kick in and how it affects you.
Well, your mom had a hysterectomy, which means she had her ovaries and her uterus and all this shit out. So I had a partial. I still have my ovaries, so I will still ovulate, but I will not bleed. So, like, I can feel bloated. I can feel all the things. If I'm on the same cycle as my 15-year-old, I can guess. I can assume based on what's happening around me, but I'm not bleeding, so I don't know for sure. Your mom, because she had her ovaries out, she went into what they call medical menopause. Yeah. And so, like, she was forced into it. And like, not in a mean way, but maybe back then, how long ago did she pass?
She died in 2010.
So 16 years ago.
Yeah, it wasn't super long ago.
Right, so at 50 is fucking young, man. So 50 is young. Was it because
you're really close to 50?
Fuck off! I might